Live ops is the work nobody sees until it breaks. And I've been the guy keeping it running for a long time. Hi, I'm Tommy. Some call me Sweet Tea back from back in college. And I'm gonna go over some things that I've been realizing. And first of all, I'm needing a podcast episode to keep my streak going, keeping it going. Another instance of keeping it going, keeping it real. And I'm gonna get right in here at the beginning of the career arc. I was live streaming before Netflix was mailing DVDs. uh, bit of nostalgia, yeah. Bit of a lot of that going on. But think about it. Coming to time when I walked into. Let me. That's coming up. I plan on go 15 minutes here. This is just raw and keeping it going as is. Come on, come on. It's not cooperating. That's how it goes. As soon as you hit record on anything, everything just starts popping up. But anyway, in 2010, back to I was live streaming before Netflix was mailing DVDs. 2010 entered. I first of all came into this opportunity through a classmate, a fellow classmate, former classmate, Sam Houston State University, eat 'em up Bearcats. And I got in. Long story short, got the internship. Later, got hired. But I walked into the office the first time. All I knew going in was web and sports. Boy, did not know what I was in for. I learned so much in my time in this Fox Fox network facility over in the Woodlands, Texas. Now it's an ABC Disney facility after the merger, or would you call it a merger? I don't know. Now it's a Disney facility. But anyway, coming in there, I did not know I'd learn so much in that facility, being just in there in that room. There's so much departments that take care of one thing. When I say live ops, taking care of keeping things running, that's what this was a mission critical facility in Woodlands, Texas, for the Fox Sports at the time, the Fox Sports regional networks, and back up to Fox network in general. Fox Sports, Fox. It actually covered beyond Fox Sports. But yet, I was live streaming before Netflix was mailing DVDs. Came to me 2011. I actually start up. I think the the player that we did for Rodeo Houston when we first started it, I created that. I'm not going to say I created the first player for the live streams on our websites, but I created the first one when we did Rodeo Houston. And live streaming for high school football 2011, we started that before streaming was a thing. So yeah, that's what early streaming taught you that still matters now. It was a very manual process. I would later get into a more advanced streaming process too, but we learned streaming very manual, working with a content delivery network, very manual process. And it's stuff that I can do blindfolded today because of that firsthand experience. And that's what streaming taught me back then, when again Netflix was mailing DVDs. Next topic: live ops, the invisible job everyone notices when it breaks. For the longest time ever, and I'm just sitting here realizing this has been me, not just after, not just before I left in 2015. This has been me the entire time. Keeping things running, not letting things break, has been me. Why ops only gets attention when something fails? Why keep it running actually means what it actually means in live media. It means flawless, smooth, s- seamless, when it's not noticeable when there's a break in the action. It often means when your job is going boring, it's good. Like most live ops days in this career should be boring. And then only when there's a fire to be put out, that's when some excitement comes. But when you're boring, you're just sitting there waiting for the next fire. Everyone notices when it breaks. Everyone calls out the bad things, but the bad news when it breaks. Marketing versus ops. Why I finally picked a lane. 2015, I got pulled into again. I was selected for the one in 2015 that he had me come into because he knew I would keep things running. He brought me in. He knew I was there to keep things running, to make sure we're gonna they're gonna be pulling content. They're gonna need things a solid, reliable system in place to help keep things running, and I was brought in to help that. So I was actually keeping. I was able to do that, but I also got exposed to some marketing, some social media, and got me thinking like, hey, I'm doing this too. But I was like a bridge between the live ops and social media marketing, and we worked hand in hand with marketing. But I was kind of getting aside from the live ops side, and I was getting into marketing. So like how algorithms mislabeled technical people, why ops people get pulled into the wrong buckets. Well, something new. You, I don't know. I think it's a feeling I've been doing this recently, and it's the one thing I should lean into now. What I'd most recently done, not your bread and butter. I said this early on. After learning the complicated systems I learned in 2010, my bread and butter is live streaming. I can do it with my hands tied behind my back, blindfolded, with handcuffs on. That's how well I can do live streaming. I'm not live streaming here. This is recorded, but I've done that often and recently as well on YouTube, StreamYard, and live streaming is a thing of mine that I do. And I'm getting back to that. Pressure is the job. Yeah, going back to what live, and we finished the headline here. Pressure is the job. What live ops feels like in real time. And what happens in your head during a live issue, why some people freeze and ops people don't. Well, live ops, they're waiting for that moment. They're preparing themselves for when the next break happens. You can prepare, contingency, 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 contingency. You have all these. You just got to be ready to flex that contingency when needed. Have it ready when needed. If it's not needed, you're all good. You have it there just in case. I always say, like, it's always good to have a backup that's 100%, that's stronger than your actual thing. You need to be able to initiate the backup a lot better than you do the actual thing, because most of the time it's live 24/7, but you need to be able to have the backup 100% ready when needed. So I've heard that it's better to have a backup that's way stronger than your A scenario. B should be stronger than A. And content creation, when you're talking about A roll and B roll, your A is the strongest one with content creating. I know that a little from the content creating experience I've had too. But live ops, your B is your stronger option. All right, the systems you don't see behind a clean stream. you don't see it when it's all seamless. You don't see when the end result is not seen if it's if they're seeing the content that's produced and planned and promoted and they're seeing that, that's a good thing. That's a very good thing. Redundancies, monitoring, contingencies, why smooth equals prepared, not lucky. Smooth is prepared because you can spend that time preparing. If you don't have this, you can do your double checks. You can check all the things, make sure, is this in place? Is this in place? Contingencies, do we have that? If not, why? And then you spend your time getting that in place. That's a fire to that's a putting out a future fire to make sure it's ready for when you actually need it, if that occurs. Odds are it probably won't occur, but that it's just to getting ready for it. Staying ready. We're talking about getting ready and staying ready. It's about getting ready and staying ready for that thing that comes. My actual superpower. I said it a minute ago. My bread and butter. My actual superpower, learning complex systems fast. That's how Super Bowl how and the thing it I didn't realize it until I was on a Zoom one day and I was helping someone out with some, I think, Zoom or something else, and we were talking and I forget what we were talking about. We and then it came out that, yeah, I can figure this out fast and then I can help other people do it. And that person said to me, that's my superpower. That's when I like realized, hey, that's my superpower. Wow. Just a quick little story. How ops people absorb tools differently than marketers. It's it become there's muscle memory, and you have to have muscle memory to act when you need to act. Do this, do this, do this. Memory overall, like just know how things, know that what systems are in place, know what needs to be done first, and then second, and then third. I got that, especially when I got into the more advanced live streaming, manual and then more advanced. I learned the process of what needs to be set up first, and then your math, the order of operations, very important. The order of operations. Please excuse my dear Sally. Yeah, shout out to the math order of operations. From control rooms to cloud workflows, how ops evolved without becoming content creator work. Why fundamentals still matter. How ops evolved without becoming content creator work. It became about like just keeping it going. Like I've been for the last year, two years. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Consistent with YouTube all last year. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Even if it's like just do something. Keep going, keep going, keep going, and uh, not putting too much stress on the content itself. Just putting content out there. Just putting the signals out there. I haven't mentioned signals, but I've been focusing a lot on my signals in the last 2 weeks. Uh, ChatGPT has been helping me. I put out a new video on like how to people can get started if you're afraid of AI. How can you get started quickly with ChatGPT? ChatGPT has been helping me get my LinkedIn calibrated, my Indeed calibrated, my what's the other one? The ZipRecruiter calibrated. Just did that last night. Now I'm gonna do YouTube. I'm gonna calibrate my YouTube too. ChatGPT has been walking me through how I set my signals up, what signals I'm setting up, sending out. Do I want to send mixed signals? Do I want to send marketing signals? Or do I want to send my bread and butter signals? live ops. Why fundamentals matter. What I learned then helped me to where I'm getting now. Why live ops people don't panic. I've grown a very calm. People always like a lot of times say to me like, "Why are you so calm? Why are you so patient?" When maybe not with family, but family is a different beast. But when you're other people, when you're doing things, you're so smooth and calm when you're working through this pattern recognition, muscle memory, and it's just a calm. So I know what needs to be done next, or sometimes I don't, but I know at that right time when needed. Decision trees instead of emotions. Go here, here, here. The best route to go. No panic. Sometimes there's a little panic, especially when there's inflicted on from someone else, but most of the time, calm. I know what exactly needs to be done. Why live ops people don't panic. The career cost of chasing titles instead of functions. Um, 2019, 2020 reflection without regret. Why this reset sharpened you? I want to spend quickly on this, not too long. I made the decision 2019. I could have done many other things, but that what actually helped me keep it going. It was full time. It was going with something that it was in a downtrend. Fox had already sold off the assets. The downtrend already happened in 2019. That was it. I and there was good things happening before that. Fox had converged all the regions into one website, and a lot of good things. In 2019 hit, sold them off. 2020, I got full time. The pandemic, it's another good thing. It helped. That was the one thing to keep me going, and I got some live ops out of it in Toastmasters. Why this reset? I got more experience in training and live ops, setting up conferences and hybrid contests, and with the pandemic, all set up for me at the exact right time. I didn't know it at the time, but all set up for me right then and there. And that was training me for what I needed to come. Riding the wave of live ops. Why now is a strong moment for ops, streaming, DTC, sports, events, platforms. Why ops is becoming visible again. When you look out everywhere, what's happening? Streaming, yeah. But now live streaming is becoming mainstream. I'll say that again. Live streaming is becoming mainstream. Should I say more? Should I say more? I think I just convinced myself right there. Live streaming is becoming mainstream. Do I need to say more? Why now is the strong moment for ops streaming, DTC, sports, events, platforms. Why ops is becoming visible again. And that's my story, my career arc. I had these slides to help me like push through it. I'm going 19. ChatGPT's like, if you're at 15, cut it off, cut it off, cut it off. But I 20 minutes is a good number still. 20-minute episode. So I'm gonna stop that here because I got some other things going, and now I got a podcast episode to upload. Keep it real. I'll see you in the next episode. Hopefully, I'll bring on a guest. I've been forward to catching up with someone, but tends to be a little busy right now. But hopefully, I'll have a guest here coming up in February. But I'm glad I got this episode out, and I'll see you in the next episode. Until then, keep it real, and let's go. Keep going.